Hello, friends. All right, today I'm going to show you how to make a Greek omelet or a Greek scramble, really. I prefer the scramble over the omelet. There's a bunch of reasons why. I won't get into that right now. Sometimes the simplest of recipes can be the most difficult. Very fancy chefs will tell you this. And when it comes to eggs, that is the case. Eggs can be difficult because it's all about timing and it's all about heat. So, for this Greek scramble, we're using onions, we're using tomatoes, we're using spinach, oregano, feta cheese, and that's just about it. A little bit of salt. To get started, you have to put the onions in first. So you really want 2 tablespoons of olive oil in your cast iron skillet or whatever skillet you're using, and you want it hot, hot, hot. So the onions go in first. Here we go. Red onions, by the way. So you want to get these going so they sizzle, all right? So once they start to sizzle, you want to turn the heat down. And there is a reason for that, because otherwise these are going to caramelize. They're going to get to, they're going to melt or get mushy, and you don't want them like that. You still want them to be vibrant. Then you put in the tomatoes. Again, we're doing this because you want all of the liquid to come out of both of these veggies. Well, the tomato's a fruit, isn't it? Huh. We won't get into that either, but from the fruit and the veggies, you want the water to come out. But again, eggs are all about timing and about heat. All right, so I turned that down just a little bit because we're gonna now add the eggs. So I put 4 eggs in here. I've scrambled it around. I'm gonna add just a dollop of, you can a little bit more than a dollop, of some sort of dairy product. Skim milk, whole milk, 2%, heavy cream, half and half, whatever you have. You can even put sour cream in here probably. I'm going to add my salt in here. Remember, not too much salt because you are going to be putting feta cheese on top, and that is very salty. Okay, some oregano, a little pinch of pepper. See how quickly these veggies are going over here, which is why I said you really need to work fast when you're making eggs. So I poured the eggs in and I'm putting the spinach in at the same time. I'll explain why. Because if you put the spinach in too early, it wilts so much that it starts to get a strange bitter flavor and it ruins your entire dish. Now, if you want to cook the spinach separately and then put it in, be my guest. But I'm trying to alleviate having to use more than one pan and make it as simple as possible. And you want to make sure you use a good heat-proof silicone spatula because number one, you don't want scraping things off the pan into your food. That is a big no-no. And number 2, you don't want to scratch your nice pans. Okay, as you can see, it's coming together. Doesn't come together as just my dill omelet because that's simply eggs and cream and dill. But there you go. Now see how they're still a little bit wet? That's important. You don't want them dry. So now we turn off the heat completely. Ooh, listen to that sizzle. Keep flipping them a little bit. You really do not want you don't want the spinach to char. And you sprinkle this on top after you turn off the heat. Okay, then you sprinkle a little more oregano and you're done. Look how pretty that is. See, it's off the heat and it's still cooking. Remember that. The pan is hot. That's why you turn it off early. Okay, let's see. How'd I do? And if you want, you can put black olives in here, but I know they can be sometimes polarizing, so I don't always add them. Well done. I think my relatives would be proud.